出场，还有利息，掌声吗？开始，本场执法文君
40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，增强夫妻性生活。28天，彻底告别快男软男，做回自信的自己。
There are many Kung Fu masters who are only good at talking or explaining their techniques. And when they face a professional fighter, all those skills suddenly vanish and these Kung Fu masters end up in a miserable state. Just after the referee started the fight, this Kung Fu master appeared very ready and confident with his stances. However, when his opponent landed a punch, his body immediately collapsed without even being able to absorb the strike. Next, there's a showdown between a muscular MMA fighter and a Kung Fu master with a protruding belly and mostly fat. From this difference in physical attributes, we can already guess how this fight will end. This Kung Fu master claimed he could easily escape from anyone's submission, but when a professional fighter tested him, it turned out that big claim was nothing but empty talk. Next, there's a very funny moment when a Kung Fu master showcased a spinning technique like a top for a very long time. He might have thought he had inner strength, but unfortunately, the human body doesn't work the way you want it to. Here's another master who claimed he could knock down 5 opponents at once without even touching them. But in reality, it wasn't inner power. What the fake master was doing was just trickery. This old man claimed that his job was being a boxer. He had trained for decades and his hobby was punching people in the face. But when he faced a retired professional boxer, the opposite happened. He was taught a very harsh lesson. The man in the yellow shirt is said to be a Tai Chi master with decades of experience in martial arts. Meanwhile, his opponent is just a beginner who has only trained in MMA for 4 months. But this fight seems unfair, as the Tai Chi master looks like he has no real fighting experience at all. Next, there's a Kung Fu master wearing a convincing Shaolin monk uniform. But that's all he has. From the way he demonstrated his Kung Fu techniques, the monk already looked questionable. Then came the moment he faced a professional fighter. And this is what happened. At first, this kung fu master showcased his abdominal strength, claiming he could withstand punches of any power. Then came the moment of the fight inside the arena against a professional fighter, and it turned out he couldn't withstand strikes aimed at his head. Challenging a professional fighter is truly a terrible idea, especially if all you have are big words without adequate fighting skills. It will end up just like these fake masters. The next person who claims to be a kung fu master also made the wrong challenge to a professional fighter. He couldn't land a single punch and immediately staggered from just one strike. Who knows what was going through this kung fu master's mind? He arrogantly walked into an MMA training facility and challenged every fighter to a fight. And of course, someone like him wouldn't get a victory, only a very painful and valuable lesson. Next, there's a fake master entering the arena in full style. He challenged a Shaolin monk to test the results of the monk's training. However, it didn't take long for him to end up like this.
20到40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，增强夫妻性生活。28天彻底告别快男软男，做回自信的自己。记住微信35816。
The man who claimed to be a taekwondo master showed off his kicks to the wrong person. He ended up learning a painful lesson. And finally, there's a man who claimed to be a kung fu master. That is, until a real kickboxing fighter exposed his lies. The fake master was turned into a human punching bag with no mercy.